only. Without implementing the bill in the entire country, it should not be treated as a political gimmick before the ensuing election. Sir, when there is a complete act, and details, procedures have been laid down in the act itself, and the rule-making power has also been given, what is the necessity of Section 38 of the Act itself? In fact, Section 38 of the Act has given unbridled discretion power to the central government for interfering with the state's function, and that will hit the federal structure of the country itself. Sir, I will request the Honourable Minister, when there is a complete act, rule-making power is there, you can amend the act itself as and when necessary. Kindly delete Section 38. Unless it is deleted, it is difficult for us to support the bill. In no sense, in no way, central government should interfere with the federal structure of the country itself. Sir, the current targeted public distribution system in the state gives a universal coverage to the entire population of 9.13 crore divided into three categories. That is one, Antyodaya Anna Yojana AAY, BPL and APL. In contrast, in this bill will not give universal coverage, as it intends to cover up only 75% of the rural population and up to 50% of the urban population, which may be reassessed by the central government again. Initial indications given by the Government of India was that the state will get coverage of 637 lakhs persons, but later it has been reduced to 601 lakhs based on 2011 and 12 NSSO survey. This should be based on the 2013 survey, not in 2011 survey, when you were introducing the bill in 2013 itself. Sir, though there is a provision under Section 22, subsection 2, to provide assistance to the state for intra-state movement, handling of food grains, margin of the FDS dealers, create and maintain modern and scientific stored facilities, Government of India may not bear the entire expenses towards such expenses. In effect, sir, for implementation of the Chapter 9, Chapter 11, Chapter 12, Chapter 13, whole expenses have to be borne by the state government. You are taking credit from here, as if you are the central government is giving everything, but entire implementing, whole infrastructure, for the 4 chapters which I referred to, whole expenses have to be borne by the state government itself. Sir, the central funding assistance, therefore we request that if for implementation of this act, the entire financial liability should be taken by the central government itself. Credits will take by the central government, whole credit before election, and entire expenditure has to be borne by the state government. That cannot be done. The central funding assistance will further be required to set up additional support system and give us redressal system as envisaged under the Act, such as establishing the Office of Grievances, redressal office at different levels, and the infrastructural support to set up the State Food Commission. There is no indication of such assistance under this Act. The intention under this Act is for issue of a new ration cards to the entitled beneficiaries. The process will require substantial expenditure. The cost for West Bengal has been estimated to be more than 110 crores, whereas Government of India intends to provide nominal assistance of about 26 crores. Therefore, the Government of India should and have to bear the whole cost of survey and issuance of an issue ration cards as per under this Act itself. In case of short supply of food grains from central pool, state government would have to meet the obligation by procuring food grains from market. Section 23 of the Act allows central government to determine the manner of repayment of such compensation. Section 23 should be suitably modified to guarantee that the reimbursement is not less than actual cost incurred by the state government. Sir, the central government has changing its funding policy in so many CSS, central scheme, including important flagship programs in the areas of education and health. In Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan program, a major intervention for universalization of education, initially when it started, the share of central and state in 2001 and 2 was 85% and 15%. When it commenced, when they introduced it, now the state shares have been increased from that 15% to 35% and 80% it has been reduced, despite repeated objections by the states itself. At the time when they are introducing, great hope is being given, but ultimately it is being reduced by the central government. Similarly, in the National Rural Health Mission, a critical program to improve primary health care, the contribution of the state has been increased from 15 during its inception to 25% in 2012 and 13. Such unilateral increases inflicted on the states makes it difficult for the state, more so for state like ours, to provide such incremental counterpart funding for assessing the CSS funds. Inability of the state to provide such increased counter funding due to huge debt servicing obligations deprives the state government to access these funds from the Government of India. It also severely reduces the fiscal space availability to the state within its budget to channelize its funds to its own important priority areas. Recently, the state government has been informed by the Planning Commission, the decision of the Union Cabinet, to do a major restructuring of the 142 CSS to 66 CSS, merging the existing scheme under the single umbrella scheme. The existing schemes will continue in the current financial year, but the state is apprehensive that the funding pattern of the recasted CSS may be increasing the share of the state. Therefore, we are very much in apprehension that how the state, how the financial mode of financial pattern, financial liability. Initially, one commitment is there. Day by day, year by year, it is being decreased. Ultimately, it becomes the state's burden. State has to discharge that duties itself. Sir, I will request the Honorable Minister to consider the constitution of the civil supplies corporations in every state for implementation of these types of schemes and computations of the whole PDS system itself. I will request that there would be an identification of the beneficiaries, inclusion and exclusion errors, and it should be rested with the state government. Act itself, this is also the problem we have seen also. There is no specified storage capacity. What should be the storage capacity itself? In fact, in our country, every litigation because of this, it gives a wide discretion power to the officers. There must be a definite procedure should be laid down in the Act itself. Transportation of food grain, viability of the fair price shop. There are fair price shops linked up with only 20 or 25. There are fair price shops linked up with the 100 and 150. Therefore, it must be in the Act itself. It should be maintained. They should maintain regarding the viability of the fair price shop, accountability and monitoring, allocation of the food grades as per units. Sir, this is the whole allocation. Now, the allocation of PDS, that's the most important part that it has been, this Act has been taken. The year of 2011 population. Now, this whole allocation of PDS food grains always should be done on the basis of the current population assessment of the populations, and it should be, allocation should be now reassessed and should be done as per 2013 projected population. Projected population must be there. Otherwise, if it is taken 2011 done, which has been done, that will not go to the benefits of all the poor peoples of this country. Special measures for the poorest district in the country. There must be special measures with these districts which are very poor in the country itself. Their benefits should be given more than this. Public distribution system of management of scarcity and food distribution of food grains at affordable prices should be made. PDS has been the important part of the government policy for distribution of food economy. It should be implemented very honestly, sincerely and properly. It should reach to the people. It should go to the people, those who deserve it. Those who deserve it. And whole mechanism should be based on that basis. The peoples of the country must get it. I will request the Honourable Minister, kindly delete this section 38. It is not needed at all. Why it is needed? It's not needed at all. Why you are giving this discretion power? Why from order passing of orders by the central government time to time? Act is complete, rule making power is there, incorporate whatever you like into the rules, but delete section 38 so that we can support